Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a basic mixer. This is a Bluetooth mixer. Show you how all the channels work, the effects, the inputs, the outputs right now. Alright, thanks for tuning in, everybody. This video is all about how to set up a mixer, maybe for a YouTube video, a podcast, recording to your PC, just mixing different sources into one single output. And in this one, we're mixing our mic, which we're talking through right now on mic line 1, into the mixer and out through this auxiliary cable up into the GoPro. So that's one thing you can do, is hook your mic and your mixer into the GoPro, not have to use a special GoPro mic or anything like that. We are using the GoPro microphone adapter. You do need that. You can also hook it into your PC through this USB cable. So we're recording to any video software, Audacity, any Pro Studios audio hardware or software, excuse me. So that's really the best use for these Bluetooth audio USB connected mixers. This particular mixer is the Pyle PMXU83BT mixer. It's a Bluetooth USB mixer. It's got 8 channels. So we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, which can be used as independent channels but are really combined into stereo. And then you've got your effects levels, your headphones, and your main stereo recording output level. So I'll go over that because mixers can get a little intimidating with all the knobs and sliders and different inputs and outputs. Really what we need to understand first is that they're all the same. So we've got channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 through however high it goes that way. But we just need to understand the principles of the first channel. So we have our input, which could be a microphone or a guitar or a keyboard or whatever you're plugging in. In this case we're using a 3-pin input into the combo jack, but you could also do a 1/4 inch input into there. We turn on the phantom power for this mic. It has the gain level, which is the amplification for that channel. There's high, medium, and low frequency adjustment, so that's the equalizer. And then there's the effects level for each channel, and there's the main level for each channel. How loud is your mic? So we can turn it up a little bit, we could turn it down a little bit, so that adjusts how loud your mic is. Same principles carry across each channel. So our typical setup for this mixer is going to be a microphone into at least 1, maybe 2 inputs like we have here. And if I had a second person on, I could turn on another mic. It's like this. Turn on that one. And if I turn it up, I could talk into that one. Let's see if it's working. There we go. That's mic 2. Then I'll turn that one down so we don't hear through mic 2 anymore. And then you could have 3, 4 mics. You could have a keyboard, a phone, the PC, various other things plugged into channels 5, 6, 7, and 8. And here's what I mean by that. Channel 7 and 8 is running the USB, and they're combined. So as long as I'm using the USB, channel 7 and 8 is used up, and it's determined by the selector switch. Is it channel 7 and 8 here or through the USB? Channel 5 and 6 are available. So I like to use this for another way to connect another source, maybe it's a phone or a guitar amp or something like that, into the mixer. Channel 5 and 6, just like that. And the other end of that cord is going to look like this. So I could plug that in to something like my guitar amp, like that. And that's the output on the back of my guitar amp, the headphone out, and that would get the guitar amp coming right into the mixer and mixing with all the other sound. Also like to do this. Plug it right into the phone. That way, I want to play some music or something, do that through the phone without having to use the Bluetooth connection, because the Bluetooth connection also uses this USB channel 7 and 8 channel. So I can't do that and the PC at the same time. I've got to decide. So if I want to do the phone, I plug it in through a cable like that. If I want to use the Bluetooth, then my output source needs to be something different. So like, let's say I'm a DJ, I'm not a podcaster. Well, that would work great. I could go over, change this to Bluetooth, hook it to my phone, and then as a DJ, I'm going to have speakers, and maybe as a podcaster, but that's a little loud. To hook up external speakers through the main outs, which are here, depends on your sort. You know, your output connection type. So we have RCA connections on our amp, so we need these little adapters. So we'll use one on each, right and left channels, into the main outs, and this is how a DJ would probably do it to their amplifier, into their DJ setup, and that way the music would come out the loudspeakers. Let me turn down 7 and 8 because we're now using that for the Bluetooth. So DJ could play playlist off an iPod or another Bluetooth device through the mixer this way. Although I still think the best way is the USB connection. You know, if you're a DJ, you hook up your MacBook or your PC through the USB connection, play your music through that, your mic will come in through here, and then it'll all go out through your speakers here. In this case, what I like to do is I like to record my videos, whether the camera's facing the mixer like it is today or whether it's facing me, if I moved it around, and all of the sound, my powered mics, everything like that is piped out through this little wire into the GoPro. I don't have to mix up or sync up the audio later. It's just getting recorded to the video as we speak. So that's pretty cool. Last thing I'm going to go over is the effects. Okay, so if you want to do digital effects, first off, we need to turn up our effects level for channel 1. Because no matter what your effects are, you can adjust them on each channel with this knob. The main effects level is this one for every channel, but sometimes you want to have reverb on one channel but not the other, so we'll turn the reverb up. Got that for the vocalists. And then on the keyboards and guitars and things like that, effects would be all the way down, no reverb, depending on what you want your sound to be like. So we're on digital effects level 6 right now, which is a pretty heavy reverb. You might operate in the 3 range, just makes the room just sound a little bit bigger. Or you might want some crazy effects, go up to like 12, get a lot of echo, and then finally up at 16, it's a ping pong effect, left and right. Back to channel 1, it's almost nothing. I'll put it on 3, so I know that if I want a little bit of reverb, it's there. If I don't, turn the effects on channel 1 all the way down. That's the digital effects. Now I didn't go over the headphone levels. This adjusts how loud it is in my headphones. You can't tell the difference when I change that, but it adjusts my monitoring in my headphones. The send and return, this is for digital effects processing. So there is a send out. Everything that comes through the mixer goes out, raw, and then back in to the mixer, and then out through the outputs. So you have send and return levels. That's kind of advanced, but if you're using another digital sound processor, you'll use that. I think I covered almost everything. We have aux inputs, channels 5 and 6, all different types. Now this is the big difference in all the different mixers. I'll go over that. What's the difference between everything on Amazon that I see and all these different mixers, and they look the same, but why are they different prices? There's just little differences. How many mics can they power, right? This one can power 4 mics. What types of input jacks do they have? This is a combo jack, so it takes 3-pin XLR input or a 1/4 inch input. How many other types of inputs are there over here? Do we have RCA inputs and outputs? What do the main outputs look like? How many channels are there really? So some things are advertised as an 8 channel, but really it might only have 2 powered mics and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more keyboards or something that could go in, or guitars, but not 4 mics. So check on that carefully before you purchase your mixer. The Pyle PMXU83BT is a great mixer. It's mid-level. It can bring in, up to 8 sources. Really, 4, 5, 6 for me is more than enough. I'm using like 4 at the most. But it solves the issue of multiple things coming into the mixer and then hooking the powered mics to the PC. Can have great mics, great mixer, great setup for only around $100. So Hope this helps you in your mixer selection and your setup. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.